So this account made $25,000 from this one single video in this brand new TikTok niche that I'm about to reveal. And I'm going to show you how literal teenagers are making a full-time income posting faceless AI-generated clips only using a simple 5-step blueprint that anyone can follow.
But Leo, I've heard you can't make any money at all on TikTok?
Now I hear people say stuff like this so often, and the thing is, it's true. If you're stuck with bad advice, such as trying to go viral with Reddit stories. However, if you follow the framework that I'm about to share with you, you'll have the proven strategy that people are using right now to bring in tens of thousands of dollars per month on autopilot with AI. Now TikTok actually has a program called the Creator Rewards Program where they're paying people for views. It's kind of like TikTok's version of the YouTube Partner Program. And you can actually get paid a lot, and some accounts have reached an RPM of $2, meaning for every 1,000 views they're getting, they're making $2. Now I know it might not sound like a lot, but when you consider how easy it is to get views on TikTok, it adds up pretty quickly. This guy, for example, posts videos in this new viral niche that I'm about to show you and got 25 million views on a single video, meaning they brought in around $25,000 from that one video alone if they were to just have a $1 RPM. However, this is only true if you're from the US or UK, or any of the other countries that have access to the Creator Rewards Program. For those of you that don't know, the program only exists in a few selected countries, like the US for example. And this means that if you're in let's say Sweden, you won't be able to earn any money from your views. The only way to get around this and get access to the program no matter where you're from would be to get a pre-monetized account from a site like TikAccounts. Since the account will be from the US or UK, you can access the program like someone from the eligible countries. And I'm not even going to reveal where I'm from, but I use this myself. Another good thing is that the account that you get has 10,000 already organically grown followers. So you're actually monetized from day one, which is crazy good if you want to go viral immediately with your first uploads. I'm not going to talk too much about the site, since you really don't have to have it to succeed, but it can be a good tool for all of you struggling to reach monetization requirements, or for those of you that live outside the US. Now onto this niche that I've been teasing y'all about. If you've been scrolling on literally any short-form platform in the last couple of weeks, you've most likely seen these AI-generated POV videos where you live through a day in history, right? Like this one, for example, where you wake up as a teenager in the 60s. Or this one, where you live through a day during the Black Plague. Or this one in Chernobyl.
Okay.
This niche has gone so viral that people have started to create memes like this around it. Now in the comments, people are saying that they can't escape these videos because they're all over their feeds. And one thing that all of these viral videos have in common is that they show interesting parts of history that people actually want to watch. So for our video to blow up, we first need a viral video topic. If you're a history freak like myself, you'll have an easy time coming up with topics. Just think about historic events that a lot of people care about. However, if that's not you, we can easily use AI to generate a list of viral video ideas. Now I'm going to use ChatGPT, but you can really use any chatbot that you want. Now you want to enter a prompt that looks something like this, right? Where we ask it to give us a list of 10 historical events or periods that would be interesting for someone to live through. And I've analyzed almost all of the best performing videos, and pretty much all of them are set during catastrophes, diseases, or war. So I'll add that at the end of the prompt. Finally, give ChatGPT a few examples that have already gone viral, like 9/11, the Black Plague, and the US in the 60s. If you want access to the prompts I'll be using in this video, I've put together a step-by-step document that you can pick up inside my free community, which you'll find in the top of the description. And in it, I'm going to write down each and every single step that goes into creating these videos. So I recommend that you use it while doing the work so that you make sure not to miss any steps. And in there, you're also going to find links to all the tools that we'll be using. So click the link in the description and pick it up for yourself. Now, once again, it's 100% free, and it took me a while to make, but I know it's going to help you guys out a lot. Anyway, now you want to generate the prompt, and ChatGPT is going going to give you a list of 10 video ideas. As you can see, we have a bunch of interesting ideas, like ancient Rome, the American Revolution, and the sinking of the Titanic. Now personally, I've always been a fan of the Titanic movie, so I'm gonna go with that one. Now, this next step is probably the most important one in the entire blueprint, creating our visuals. And I've done a lot of tutorials in the past where I've shown you how to create realistic visuals with AI. But after spending some time trying to replicate these videos, I found them to be a bit more difficult to create. In these videos, the visuals need to be from a POV perspective, basically in the eyes of another person, and it turned out to be pretty hard to get the AI to understand that. So the way that we're gonna do this is by first using ChatGPT to create image prompts and then generate the images in Leonardo AI. After experimenting around for a while, I managed to come up with a ChatGPT prompt that generated a result exactly like the ones in the videos that got millions and millions of views on TikTok. And to ease up the process for you, I pasted this prompt into a prompt template that can be used to create visuals for any topic in this niche. You'll find it in the step-by-step document I mentioned earlier, and I promise you're gonna need this one. I kept all the general stuff while leaving these empty spaces for you to fill in with information about your own video. In this first box, you want to describe what topic you chose from the list. In this case, I went with number 4. In this next box, we're going to give ChatGPT a description of the person that we're following. So with this video, I went with a third-class passenger who lived through the sinking of the Titanic. Finally, we make it extra clear that we want the images to be a POV perspective, followed by an additional description of the character that we're following. I know, it's kind of repetitive, but that's what I found to give the best results. Now, once you filled in all the boxes, hit generate and ChatGPT is going to give you 5 detailed prompts. To turn these prompts into real images, you're going to need an AI image generator. Personally, I like to use Leonardo AI, which is a good option if you don't have a huge budget to splurge on this. They'll give you some free credits that should be good enough to create one of these videos every day. All you gotta do is sign up for a free account with your email address and you're good to go. To access the image generator, you want to click on the big button in the middle of the homepage. This text box is where you can enter different prompts that Leonardo is going to turn into a realistic image. Before you start generating the prompts from ChatGPT though, you'll need to have the right settings in place. And first you gotta make sure to have the model set to Phoenix 1.0, which is their newest model. Then you want to set the generation mode to whatever you can afford. The higher you go, the more credits it's going to cost, so if you're on the free plan, I'd recommend you stick with fast. The next one is super important. Since we're creating a video for short-form platforms, we need to have the right dimensions in place, which is 9:16. If you go with anything else, the video is going to get cropped, which can lower the quality, and it's just going to end up a big mess. Now, let's generate the images. Head back to ChatGPT, copy the first prompt, and generate it in Leonardo. Wait a few seconds for it to be generated, and you should end up with something like this. Now, as you can see, it nailed the POV perspective perfectly, just like in the reference videos. I thought this one to the right looked really good, so I'm probably going to go with that one. From here, you want to continue the exact same process until you've generated all the visuals that we're going to use for the video. Alright, I've now generated all of them, and as you can see, they turned out pretty much exactly like we wanted to. Now, I had to regenerate some of them a few times, but it shouldn't take too many tries. Now, go through all of them and download your favorite image from each prompt by clicking on this button in the bottom left. Finally, we have our visuals ready, but just leaving them like this won't get us very far, so we have to bring some movement by animating them. If you've seen these videos before, you know that the animations on them are crazy good, but when I tried to find out what tool they were using, I found absolutely nothing. I've tried tons of different AI animation tools without any success. None of them gave the same result. Until I scrolled through the comments on one of these videos and found a comment where someone was asking the same question that I was wondering. What tool are they using to create these animations? I saw that someone had responded to the comment saying,
"Sup, brother? I think they're using a tool called Runway. It's kinda unknown, but you should definitely check it out."
So, I went on Google and I found the software that he was talking about. I tried it out for myself and the results were really good. And the good thing about this tool is that they give you free credits so that you can create videos like this without having to get a paid subscription. So what you want to do is head over to Runway, which you'll find a link to in the document, and sign up for a free account. Once you're on the homepage, click on this button that says Start a New Session. The way that it works is that you upload an image into this box. You'll then be able to enter a prompt where you can describe how you want the image to be animated. Start off by clicking on Select Asset and upload the first image that we created in Leonardo. Next, Give a short description in this prompt box underneath about what is happening in the image. In this case, I'm going to write something like, a person walking up on a sinking Titanic. Water is flowing everywhere and the ship is shaking. To create the actual animation, click on the blue Generate button in the corner and wait a few seconds. Runway is now going to turn our still image into a high-quality video. And as you can see, the result looks just like the ones of the videos that we're trying to replicate. To download the video to your computer, you want to click on this button under the preview. Now continue repeating the same process on all the other images we created in Leonardo, and we can finally move on to the magic part where we put it all together into a viral video. The visual editing for these videos is really not that hard since the clips do the job themselves, but one thing that all of these viral videos have in common is amazing sound design. Which I'm going to dive a bit deeper into, but more on that later. First, we need an editing software. To keep the cost as low as possible, I like to use CapCut. I mean, there's really no reason to get expensive softwares like Premiere Pro or After Effects for videos that are this simple to create. If you use the link I put in the document, you'll also get a 7-day CapCut Pro free trial so you can access some of their more advanced features. Once you've downloaded it to your computer, you want to create a brand new project. Then import all of the clips from Runway by clicking on this plus button in the top left. Now, start dragging them down to the timeline one by one. Just make sure that you put them in chronological order. If we look through it right now, you'll see that the cuts are a bit rough. So to make it look more smooth, we want to add a transition. CapCut already has tons of pre-made ones that you can access by clicking on this button in the top. Some of them just look crazy, so I'd recommend you stick with something simpler like a fade or a blur transition. Drag down the transition that you want to use between the first two clips, like this, and hit Apply to All to add it to all of the cuts. Now as you can see, the transitions are going to look a lot smoother. This next part is something all of the videos that have gone viral in this niche have, which is this POV text at the beginning of the video. To add on some of these, click on text in the top and add a new block to the timeline. Extend it so that it covers the entire first clip. In this box, you want to write POV, followed by the topic of your video. So I'm going to do POV. You wake up during the sinking of the Titanic. And right now, this text looks really boring, so we're going to have to make some adjustments. So to the right, you'll be able to change the font, size and color, so you can really customize it however you want. Even if you're completely out of ideas, they have a bunch of different presets that you can use. And after doing some small little adjustments, mine ended up looking just like this. That's pretty much all you got to do for the visual part, which takes us on to the more important stuff, sound design. This has to be spot on for your video to go viral, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Now, sound design can be divided into two parts, with the first one being sound effects. These add some life to the video and make the viewer feel what's happening in the video. All viral videos in this niche have perfectly matching sound effects, which makes the entire video feel so much more alive, right? Take a look at this and you'll understand. I'm going to show you a video really quick. First with sound design and then without. So there, as you can see, it's a night and day difference, so you need to nail this step. The problem with sound effects though is that they're super annoying to find manually. You have to search for them one by one on YouTube, which can take hours. As you can imagine, I've struggled a lot with this when creating my own videos, so I decided to solve my own problem and put together a folder with all of the most viral sound effects out there. And since creating it, I've saved a lot of time searching for them manually, so I thought that you guys would find some value in it. If you're interested in getting this pack for yourself, you'll find it inside of the step-by-step document. Anyway, when collecting sound effects for a video like this, we need to know what sound effects that we're looking for. So we gotta imagine what it would sound like if we were to be in it ourselves. Since we're creating a video about a sinking ship, there are a few sounds that immediately come to mind, like flushing water, screams, cries, and shivers. Also, during this part of the video, where they're running through the hallways, I want to find a sound effect of people running in water. To find these, I went on YouTube and started searching for each and every one of them. Just type in the one you're looking for example, crying sound effect, and find the one you like. By the way, I'll leave the ones that I'm using in this video in the folder that I mentioned earlier. So, once you have them ready, go back to CapCut, click on the plus button, and upload them. Now you need to find a part in the video where they'll fit and place them out one by one. For example, I'll start with this underwater waves sound effect by dragging it down to the timeline. And right now it's a bit too loud, so I think that I'm gonna lower the volume a bit by dragging this bar to the left until it's at around -10. And next I want to combine it with this wave sound effect in the beginning when the water is splashing. And just like before, I'm going to drag it down to the timeline and adjust the volume so that it's not too loud. In the next clip, we have all of these people running around through the water-filled hallways. As I mentioned before, I wanted to find a sound effect of people running in water, and I actually found the perfect one. So I'll just drag it down like I did with the other ones and place it during that part of the video. I think you get the point. You simply just want to continue to place out the sound effects anywhere they fit until you've included all of them. To not make this video too long, I'm going to speed up the process from here and get back to you once I've done all of them.
2 hours later.
Okay, I've done all of the sound effects and I think we've nailed it perfectly. Now, most of the accounts posting these types of videos leave it like this and skip out on the music, which can work in a lot of cases. I've seen plenty of videos in this niche that have gone viral without it. However, for some videos, it can make it a lot better, and this is one of them. If you've seen the Titanic movie, you know these guys that stood on the deck and played music for the entire night while the ship was sinking. In this scene, they're playing a song that had become sort of a Titanic classic. So I went on Google and searched for what song was played during the sinking of the Titanic, and I found the name of it. Then I typed in the name on YouTube and managed to find it. Once you have the song you want to use downloaded, head back over to CapCut and add it to the timeline. Now, it's super important to adjust the volume so that it doesn't overtake all the sound effects. In this case, I'm going to drag it down to -10. As you can see on the timeline, there's quite a lot of work with the sound design, but it's 100% worth it. Here's how it turned out. Finally, we can now use this button in the top right corner and export the video. But make sure you set the resolution to 1080 and the FPS to 60 to get the best possible quality, and you're all set. And just like that, you've created your first video that has all the elements needed to go viral. Now, the video creation is honestly just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to starting a social media automation business. There's a lot more that goes into it that I can't fit into these videos, like how to set up other monetization strategies and build up a loyal following base. If you really want to take this to the next level, I do have a community for my most loyal followers where me and my mentors dive into the real sauce. In there we have courses, weekly live calls, and assets that will help you improve your videos. We have new people of all ages seeing success with this business model every single day. And this week, for example, a super talented 16-year-old who joined us just a few months ago hit his first 1K day with YouTube, which is crazy. And if a 16-year-old can do it, anyone can. You just need the proper guidance from someone who has done this so many times. So, click the link in the description and join our team with over 700 creators for only about $1 a day. This offer's not going to be around for long, and I'm probably going to raise it in a few weeks, so make sure you get in as soon as possible. Anyways, that's it for this video. See ya!